Time, sponsored by Sweet James with the legend Tom Chambers. Lots to chew on here. We'll join up with Eddie Johnson to talk about the play-in scenario, but this tweren't easy.
It weren't easy, and I'll tell you what, if Trey Jones and Colin Sexton played against the Phoenix Suns every game, they'd be on max contracts. I mean, like, I'm just thinking, man, I'm glad we don't have to play the Bulls in the playoffs. Yeah. I mean, the Suns make them look so good at times. Guards, I mean, basically, you know, not run-of-the-mill, but not great guards, and they just tear the Suns team apart. I'm glad they finally got it together there at the end, and, you know, Dylan was able to come back in, as you saw, got the big block, got the big three, because it didn't look good early, especially for Dylan. In the first half, he was not good at all.
Wow. Max contract for Max McClung?
Well,
off the bench.
He couldn't make a free throw, but other than that, yeah.
Certainly spiced things up. The Bulls had lost 6 in a row, 8 of their last 9, and their defense over the last 6 games giving up 137 points per game. TC predicted, let me check this, 141.
Yep, I did.
Well, a little shy, but
21,
they got the win.
21.
That's close. Close enough.
It was a big win. It's one they had to have, and it must win. I believe that's the case, because this team, they need to get some momentum going, Tom, before this play-in thing starts. You can't be just, you know, just, okay, we're going to, let's try and eke out a win. No, we want to feel good. We want to make a bunch of shots. We want to get a bunch of rebounds out there. Goody was that guy. I mean, as always, he's the one doing all the dirty stuff out there for him. You know, obviously, Book warmed up in the second half and played really, really well. Jalen Green was good throughout. Mark Williams, is nice to have him back. He looks like he's rounded himself into shape, too.
All right, you just touched on our next 2 topics. We'll start with Booker and Green. Devin Booker finishing with 30 points against the Bulls, averaging like 33 against them in the last 7 years. Jalen Green, we're going to talk to him here in a matter of minutes. He has been on an absolute tear for the Suns. I'll share those numbers with Jalen, because I bet you even his eyes are going to pop.
Yeah, he really looks good right now. Very comfortable out there. His teammates are looking for him. He's having the ball at the end of quarters and drawing up plays for him, because he's just so explosive, getting himself on top of the basket and then finding his teammates. He does such a great job of throwing that little lob pass at the end there to Mark Williams.
Suns were able to really take care of business finally in that fourth quarter. Back and forth, it was just like a beeline to the basket for the Bulls and their guards, grabbing rebounds and sprinting down the court, fast break points in the paint, which happened here in Phoenix.
Yeah, it was deja vu all over again.
It was the exact same thing. Yeah, pretty much many of the same guys. We also saw Coach Ott once again juggling his lineup, and Jordan Goodwin. You mentioned Goody. He was in the starting lineup along with Mark Williams. Williams, not as much a surprise, but he came in off the bench when he got off that injury. Oso started in the last game, so Williams and Goody get the start in Chicago.
And did a nice job. I mean, you know, obviously Will, you know, 14 points, 8 rebounds, did a nice job while he was in there. His length, you know, the fact that he can block shots, he can get offensive rebounds, and the guys look for him if they help off of him, really makes a difference for this team. And then, you know, Goody just is Goody. I mean, those 2 offensive rebounds he got tonight were spectacular, and you don't see, you know, 6'3" guys do that real often.
Yeah, we ask these guys who their top dog is after every game, and it's almost always that guy, Jordan Goodwin. Back to Chicago. Joining us now, Jalen Green. Jalen, all right, I've got some numbers for you. You look chilly. Like you got the
been in the sauna, steam room.
Are they freezing you out in Chicago?
I'm about to get in that shower. I'm about to get in that shower, man.
Okay. Well, we appreciate the time. Listen to these numbers for you. 20-plus points in 14 of your last 18 games. You have been incredibly consistent and lethal offensively. What has turned around for you?
Really, I mean, just getting back to my natural self, you know, trusting the process. Shout out to, you know, the training staff, my coaches believing in me. So I know I got to be aggressive every night. So, you know, just looking forward to helping my teammates out and trying to get as many wins as possible.
Well, obviously now you're playing at this level, the level we've seen you at before. You're not thinking about the leg anymore. It seemed like when you first got back from the injury, you're a little tentative. You didn't want to get hurt again. You'd had a couple of setbacks. Do you even consider that leg an issue anymore?
Yeah. Nah, I don't even think about it anymore. Thank God. You know, it was a little setback, and you know, God humbled me a little bit, but it was all part of the process for, you know, this moment coming up. So, nah, I don't even think about it no more, and you know, it's a blessing that I'm able to go out there and be able to play without thinking about an injury. So, yeah.
You talk about coming up next for the Suns is your former team, the Houston Rockets. How do you control your emotions taking on that team?
I mean, think about winning, staying together with my team, but they know that's something that I'm focused on. I was a little butthurt that, I couldn't play any of those games during the season due to injury, but, like I said, God put me in this moment for a reason, so we got one coming up.
Well, your teammate who came alongside with you from the Houston Rockets, Dillon Brooks, got a technical tonight, and obviously we all hope it gets rescinded, but what's he going to be thinking going back to Houston, and he can't even go out there and guard Kevin Durant?
I hope it gets rescinded, like you just said. We for sure going to need him for that spark, and I know how much he wants to win against them just like I do, and the team overall, so yeah, hopefully it gets rescinded. We need him out there.
All right, real quick, then we'll cut you loose. Your top dog, who is the Suns' top dog to get this win in Chicago?
Suns' top dog tonight?
Yep.
Man, I'm going to say it's a collective group.
Okay.
That fourth quarter group, and then everyone on the bench, everybody did their thing tonight.
Perfect. All right, we'll see you Tuesday.
Thanks, Jalen.
You guys take on the Rockets. Jalen, thank you so much. We stay in Chicago to join up now with EJ, Eddie Johnson, and the Suns. Obviously, EJ and TC, we're talking about the play-in scenarios for the Suns, and things shifted over the last couple of days. It went from the Suns playing the Clippers in that 7-8 matchup to the Portland Trail Blazers. We don't know how it will end, what the end chapter to this book will be. But, Eddie, when you look at those teams, again, who the Suns would play in a 7-8 matchup, Blazers or Clippers, how would you rank those two competitors as far as the Suns go?
I think they're equally tough. I think they both present problems. Portland, with their speed, athleticism, the way they push the ball. Now, you noticed tonight against the Bulls, and last two times we played the Bulls, I mean, they have gotten to the paint at will on dribble drives. They're 62 points tonight, okay, in the paint. That part right there is a negative presently for the Suns. They got to figure out how to get their body in front of people and give Mark Williams and Iguodala an opportunity to block shots. A lot of straight line drives, right? And that Portland team, they offers that. They do that every night. Denny Avia is one of the best drivers of the basketball in the league. And so that's going to be an issue, right? And they got size with Klingon. And then the Clippers, obviously, look, with Kawhi and then defensively, when they decide to turn it on, they're a very difficult team. So both teams are going to be tough. But the key is to get home court advantage, right? So you get the 7th spot, you have 2 chances. That's just the way you look at it. It's better than 1. And I think that's got to be the key right now for the Suns, to have home court in 2 scenarios, however they play out.
No, you're absolutely right, Eddie. I mean, it needs to happen. And obviously tonight the Suns didn't look good early in the game against the Chicago. I said to Tom, I said, I'm glad the Bulls aren't on our playoff list, because it seems like we bring out the best of them. But I worry a little bit about this Portland team too, Eddie, with Drew Holiday being that leader of that group. Everywhere he goes, he has success. I still can't believe they let him get out of Milwaukee, because he was the man there, and really I thought him and Giannis were perfect. But then again, you talk about what the Clippers can do and getting themselves inside the paint, so they can be good as well. So number 7 is important. I can't really pick the next ones. I'd like the inexperience of Portland, but they have Drew Holiday, and he scares me, because that guy he guards book. I mean, he runs the offense. He's a man out there.
And Eddie, in a 1-game situation, Ty Lue has all sorts of playoff coaching experience. That's why I kind of lean toward the Clippers being a little bit more dynamic and dangerous for the Suns.
Yeah, I mean, the experience factor is on the Clipper side. Portland, they've been really a team that has struggled to just have consistent, really good years. I get it. But for us, the way we play small. We depend on our speed and quickness. We got to get back to that. And I understand it's late in the year, a little fatigued, and come playoff time, I think we'll get back to that, understanding of how we force teams into difficult situations with our defense 94 feet, all of that, right? And so that's what I'm looking forward to, a healthy team, and to go into a play-in scenario back to that team that we were in the middle part of the year. I think that's the key. So more so worry about ourselves more so than the opposition. And I think that should be the mindset of this ball club.
Great stuff, Eej. We'll see you back here in Phoenix. Suns picking up win number 43 on the